Good morning. It is top of the hour, 9 o'clock, and you know what that means? That means that Wealth Warriors is on. And I am so glad that you're here. We've got a show for you. The question is it still December? And if it is, let's dial $4. That's what we're going to be talking about today. As you know, I have a co-host, and her name is Pamela Stone. And Pamela, how you doing this morning?
I am doing well. A little cold, trying to thaw out here in Columbus, Ohio, but other than that, I'm well. I want to welcome all our wealth warriors to the show, and I want to welcome any newcomers and everybody who wants to join Wealth Warriors. All you have to do is so simple. Get on Facebook, Wealth Warriors, and put in the comment section, I want to join. That's easy. That simple. And Brent or I will send you back a message welcoming you into the group. So get your paper, your pens, and get ready to grab some nuggets as we go for the hour.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We need to start with shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Gerald Du Bois. First person on the air with me this morning. I'm typing and he is already there. Shout out, sir. Thank you very much. He was on. I also want to say good morning to Indra Joffrey from Trinidad. We are global, baby, global. Danya Zimmerman, always a pleasure. She is the power biz woman for sure. And Daria Bunny Chappelle, and I hope I'm saying this right. I love what you say. Enjoy today. And Nana, of course, my co-host, Pamela Stone. First 5, 6 people on the air with me this morning. So I had to show some love and say it's good to have you with us this morning. We have got a show for you. So let me give you the lineup. First, we're going to be talking about cash is king. Why? We're going to go from there to the hot deals, things that we really ought to be focused in on right now. Credit repair, of course. We're going to talk about trust, LLCs, and creative vehicles. And we're going to wrap it up with Pamela, who's going to talk to us about organizing. We've only got 2 weeks left. So,
That's right.
very good. Without further ado, let's get this party started. Cash is king. Now, I want you to think about, why would cash be king? I want you to think about and relay it to the current time that we're in right now. We've just had an election. What typically happens after elections? A recession. Cash is king. Credit will be tight. Lenders want to hold on to their money. They're not as apt to do transactions as they were, because the temperament right now is such that we're not sure what the climate will be. And I'll tell you, whether you're political or not, you've got to be cognizant of the climate. So what we have going on right now is a couple of things. We have the probability of a recession, and we have the timeline that we're in on a bell curve. We've talked about the bell curve. I'm sure you're probably saying, Brent, not again, another bell curve conversation. Yes, I am. Why? Because we are in very interesting times. Between now and March of 2017 is going to be a defining moment in terms of money, in terms of deals, in terms of things that we can do. This is the time when 2017 ought to be totally planned out for you. In fact, Pamela was talking to me today about a tour that she's going to be on, and we're already talking 2017. Is that a clue or what? Pamela, what do you think?
Oh my goodness. You know what? Here's the funny thing. As we are talking about 2017, I am starting to we talked about this last week, strategic planning. It's important. It's important. And so, with all that being said, everybody needs to get prepared and start your planning now. Don't wait until January 1. Now, actually, we're a little late, but you can always catch up.
Yes, we are.
We are,
We're a bit
we are a
late.
little
All right, get caught up. Go right ahead, Pamela.
we are a little late. We're a little late behind. We're a little late behind the 8 ball. But you know what I say? It's never too late. So we can start today, and you start your planning. And I will be locking myself in my office soon and shutting everybody out to plan for the rest of next year. but you have to be prepared. As Brent said, we have a new we have a new leader.
You having a hard time saying that, Pamela? You having a
Yes,
hard time
it
getting
is.
those words out?
I'm sorry for those that you have a new leader, and you have to be prepared because you just don't know what's coming down the pipe. So the best way to prepare for you is for you to come up with a plan for yourself.
Absolutely. We cannot, again, look up the definition of recession and get prepared. Know that the dollars that you have need to be maximized. And so, that kind of leads me into the hot deals. But before we get into the hot deals, what I'm going to ask us to do is a flash mob. We need to bring people onto the broadcast today. They need to hear this because guess what? Today is the last broadcast, the last live broadcast until January 7th. So we want to make sure that they get this information hot off the presses. So we're going to do a flash mob. What is a flash mob? You and I know what a flash mob is. That means that we're going to go up to Twitter or Facebook, whichever is your pleasure, and we are going to flash mob it. We're going to put in the feed, come to the Wealth Warrior broadcast now. Come to the Wealth Warrior broadcast now. Type it in. Come to the Wealth Warrior broadcast now. And on a count of 3, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. We're going to hit the return button and we're going to welcome people in because, this, what you are hearing right now, the value, if we were to put that in dollar and cents, you are hearing about $400 or $500 an hour worth of information. Now you say to yourself, well, Brent, it doesn't sound that pivotal. Yeah, it is, because sometimes it's only one word that can make a difference in your financial picture. Now is not necessarily the time to be spending money. Time to be investing in specific items that will yield you profitability. That's why it may only be one word, might be 3. Be careful, recession. How about 4? Be careful, recession coming. 4 words, powerful. So on the count of 3, I want you to hit the return button and flash mob. And we're going to say flash mob. 1, 2, 3. Flash mob. I love it. She's got the camera right there. Pamela wants you to know that she is doing exactly what we said to make happen.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I love it, Pamela. Love it. So, hot deals. What are hot deals right now? Hot deals are activities and elements that will reduce your tax liability, that will bring that tax liability down. You remember last week when we spoke, one of the things I said is it's contingent upon what you plan to do in 2017. If in fact you plan to purchase real estate, then you may not want your AGI to adjust down. You might not want to take the full impact of the tax benefits that you could have in 2017 because you are structuring your tax returns to maximize, to demonstrate that you have the financial capability for the mortgage that you want to go for. That, ladies and gentlemen, is strategy. In fact, that's not strategy 101, that's grad school strategy, because you are combining your taxes and what you're going to do with your taxes versus how you are going to proceed in terms of your investment. And that is significant. That is, if you plan to use your tax return. Now, some of you might say, for example, Kelly McGovern might say to you, well, you know what? You could actually get a stated income loan. So therefore, adjust your taxes, get your AGI down as low as humanly possible. Realize that you are likely going to be paying a higher interest rate for that loan. Why? Because it's a stated income loan. It does require a minimum credit score. However, you're going to maximize because the real estate that you're going to close on is going to be well worth what you are doing. So you're going to do the numbers. I promise you, The numbers are going to work. Now, you might say, well, hey, Brent, I'm going to buy a piece of real estate. We're going into a potential recession. I grant you that is true. However, people always need some place to live. Some people are not going to qualify for certain properties from a rental perspective because certain landlords are saying, hey, I want a credit score that is X. And I'm going to tell you something, in this day and age, you want to check out your tenant. Because remember this, your tenant is not responsible for your mortgage. And the first time you tell your tenant something like that, well, I got to pay my mortgage. You know what that tenant is going to say? That is not my problem. And he or she is going to be absolutely right. It's not their problem. It is up to us as landlords, as landholders, as wealth warriors. It's up to us to be responsible for our transactions, responsible for our health in wealth. Pam, what do you think about that? What nugget did you pull out of that one?
I just put a lot.
Okay, let me hear him. Go for it, man. Go for it.
Let me ask you this. Now we have a lot of newcomers to the show, and then we're like, "What's an AGI?" So what is that? First one is, what is an AGI? So we will go from there.
Got it. The AGI is your adjusted gross income. It is the last box on your tax return. That means you have made all of the deductions that are possible. You have carried them from whatever schedules they're on over your 1040, and you have adjusted the gross income based on your ability to write off the liabilities. So let's say, for the sake of argument, your gross income, 75, 100,000. We'll go with 75. Okay, it's $75,000. Now, you've got a Schedule C. Schedule C being your businesses. You might have multiple businesses. So you've got income that can, or you have liabilities from that, from those Schedule Cs. You're carrying that over onto your 1040. You might have a Schedule A. You're carrying the liabilities over from there. You might have your Schedule E. So you've now carried the losses over to the 1040. And at the end of the day, the adjusted gross income is what we are going to pay our taxes on. And so it's now been adjusted. Although you actually you grossed $75,000, you've had deductions that might have adjusted it down 30,000. You got that revenue in, but you were able to make those adjustments, make those deductions. That's why receipts are important. That's why having a Schedule C is one of the easiest things that you can have to get those deductions, to reduce your liability. Because the reality is, most of us are still thinking we're paying 28%. Wrong. We are paying 39%. 39% in income tax without any adjustments. So take that 75,000, multiply that times 39%. That's how much you paid, unless you have some deductions. How's that feel?
Woo! Did you get that, everyone? So what she's saying is, we need to prepare, and you need to start strategizing on how you can get ahead of the game and not let someone else have the game ahead of you.
What do we call that? I used to make the statement, Pamela, get in front of the bus. You know what? You get in front of the bus, and what happens? You get run over.
Absolutely.
I remember Jackie Burgess out of Trinidad said, no, Brent, get in the bus, drive the bus. So with that being said, get in the bus and drive the bus, because if you're in front of it, you're going to get run over.
Absolutely.
And that brings me to, we talked about this last week, so I want to re-emphasize that when it comes to your taxes, wealth warriors get tax professionals. We get individuals who understand and know us. We've got a relationship. They are part of our circle of professionals. They're part of our circle of practitioners. These are the folks that specialize, that know the law, that will be able to help you understand whether or not you can be creative. They'll come up with creative ideas for you around your taxes. It is worth it to pay them more because they are going to do so much more for you and make it worth your while. Critical for us to pick out the right here. I am a lifestyle coach. I'm also a next level business coach. She is for you to surround yourself with professionals. I have a coach, Pamela, people in their circle that know them well, that can narrow the field for them so that they minimize. See, a coach gives you the plays so that you can shorten the runway, so that you can eliminate the scatter bombs, things that distract and take you away. It's the same thing with your tax professional. I'm not going to make any comments on the franchise operations, by no means. However, when you have a tax professional, they are seeing you more than once a year. Mm-hmm. They are likely, at a minimum, seeing you once a quarter. What do you think about that, Pamela?
Funny enough, I have literally met four tax professionals who are wanting and willing to help me. 4. So with that being said, as Brent said, my circle, my power circle, as I call it, is getting bigger.
Power.
It's getting
power circle.
Power circle, because everybody has their power, which then filters into me, allows me to use my powers to educate everyone. But the point of the matter is, I'm with Brent against the franchise, the franchises, but you only see the franchises once a year. My the 4 tax professionals, I call them. Actually, I met one just past Friday, and I talk to the other ones on a regular basis, and they're reminding me of what I need to do. So that's the difference between the franchises and the personal, and then the professional tax people, individuals, excuse me, because the tax professionals will help us wealth warriors to have our own business. They keep us in check. They're constantly keeping us in check. Again, I have nothing against the franchises. Only thing is, I only get to see them once a year. I need somebody more than once a year for me. That's the difference for me. I'm not discrediting anybody. Please understand that. Because I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear us back up. Okay, wealth warriors.
We put the disclaimer early because there might be somebody that actually owns a tax business, a franchise-like operation, and so we want to be respectful of that. But so we're putting the disclaimer up right now.
That's right.
All right.
Nothing against you, but the tax, on due seriousness, the tax professionals will keep you reminding you every month. What are you doing? Where are you keeping your receipts? What are you getting yourself prepared for the taxes for 2017?
Absolutely. And in fact, the likelihood is they had that conversation with you at least in September. Exactly. The preparation. So every September is about the preparation for the following year. So when somebody says, what is the timeline on a year? A year is actually about 9 months. That really year for you, for wealth warriors, it's 9 months. That's it. Because at the latest October 1st, we're talking about the following year. Our years are only 9 months. That's right, 9 months. And then we're planning for the next year. Actually, the irony is we are 5 years out because we already know what our destination is. We are 5 years out. So each year, September, October, we plan for the next year, and we're still looking at 5 years out. Are we on point with that 5-year plan? Critical, important. That's about wealth. As Pamela said, it's about strategy. So let me go on. Hot deals. Need a vehicle. I'm going to submit to you, and I'm sure there is a car dealership individual that is watching this broadcast. However, he or she has used, slightly used, pre-owned, whatever you'd like to call them. Wealth warriors, you are not buying a brand new 2017 vehicle. It's not happening. No. You're not leasing a 2017 vehicle unless you have a business and that vehicle is handled through the business. And what does that mean? That means your business has to be profitable to support that vehicle. And therefore, it is a tax deduction. If that is the case, if it's not the case, rather, then that vehicle is not coming on with you. It is pretty, it is shiny, and guess what? In about 36 months from now, you will be postured and in position that you will be able to purchase that. And I will submit to you at that time, it won't even matter. It won't be important. You'll drive whatever it is. You know, there was a time where a Mercedes was the antithesis, a Tesla, the antithesis. Now I am so happy to just have a little red Mini Cooper because that's not important anymore. It doesn't define us. And we all know that when you drive off the lot, it depreciates. You better be able to pick it up on the other side as a tax deduction. However, now is the time directly after Christmas. You got a week for dealing, for, as I say, let's dial $4. You've got a week to make that happen, to orchestrate the absolute best rock bottom price that you can get. That is a hot deal. If you need a vehicle, the hot deal is the week directly after Christmas. Because again, what is it? Everybody wants to close out their books in the most profitable manner possible. A salesman wants to get that final deal. That salesman's got 10 deals he's got to close a month minimum. He wants a baker's dozen. He wants 12 deals because he or she wants to be the top salesperson. Take advantage of that opportunity. You might go and take a look at the car on the 23rd of this month. You might look at it on the 23rd, but go on the 24th. You might go back on the 26th. So when are you going to buy it? About 72 hours before the month closes. It's a good time to buy. I'm just saying. Well, let's move on to the next one. I love that part. I'm just saying. How about investing in tangible items? Have you watched, and we talked about this last week, and Pamela said she had seen it too. You are starting to see more commercials about art. Art is a tangible item that creates value. And it means you need to do some research. Find out what's out there, what kind of art you want to invest in. And then start picking up pieces. Powerful word, pieces. People that are involved in art purchase pieces. They don't just pick up a picture, they purchase a piece. Pamela, you had spoken about that last week. Enlighten us once again. What have you seen in terms of art as an investment?
Oh my goodness. Actually, we even talked about estate sales last week. And funny enough, ironically enough, after we got off of the broadcast, I got in my car and I drove down the street, and lo and behold, there was a real estate sale. I went in there, and there I bought, I don't have it in here with me. My mom actually has swiped the picture, but I found a picture that I probably paid, I think I only paid like $20 for. And ironically enough, it was from a young man that is out here working to build his business, and he draws on the side. Do you know his picture is beautiful? Beautiful. So I'm going back today after I get off of here and see if I can get some more artwork from him, since my mom has taken it. But the point of the matter is, when you get art, it can take you, even on the show, trunk for sale show, where a lady went in, she bought an antique picture. It was on a couple months show. She bought an antique picture, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know how much she paid for the picture? $50. bucks. She had it appraised. Now I want everybody to sit back. Do you know how much she got it appraised for? $1,300.
And there is no return. Let me get the calculator out on that one. $50. How would you like to have an ROI that is that huge? And it only will appreciate. It will only get better. $50 in a $1,300 bet. And I'll tell you what, I hope that she got insurance to cover that, so that if anything happens to that, she will cover her bases. Because sometimes people don't realize, you want to make sure, in fact, when you start doing things like that, you want to contact your insurance professional, and you want assessments done so that you've got insurance to cover for the values that you have. So important. Wealth warriors understand that insurance is exactly that they see insurance as a positive and not as a negative. Estate sales. Yes, ma'am. That is a hot deal that I neglected to put on the list. Thank you, Pamela, for bringing that back into our sphere, for sure. And you know what? As you mentioned that, jewelry, we know, is actually another hot deal worth investing in. Now, I'm sure everybody and his brother understands that gold, and they're now going around, they're looking for those kind of things. They're recognizing that gold is going to be more expensive at an estate sale. However, silver is making its way up as well. So silver is a good investment also. Again, cash is king. When you've got cash, it is amazing how you can negotiate. There are times when people will take they'll take a discount because they've got the cash in hand, because they recognize what you know, and that is cash is king. We are about to hit a recession. We've got new leadership, and the first 100 days makes the difference. We haven't felt anything as you typically will feel directly after an election. However, we got 100 days to really feel out the barometer on this one. So, estate sales, art, jewelry, there are other precious items that you want to research out, and you want to start investing in them so that not only do you get a return, it gives you options. You know, one of the most powerful things that we want to get across to everybody about wealth is wealth gives us options. Now, I'm not saying greed. Notice there is a difference. I'm saying wealth, lifestyle gives us options. Pamela, you're up.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, I'm already dressed, so I can go out here to go to. In all due seriousness, though I joke, but all due seriousness, I am very serious about building the wealth for my leaving the legacy for the next generation.
Absolutely.
And once you get that mindset, I'm telling you, is your focus change. The world looks totally different to you. So I do joke about it, and I do laugh, but in all due seriousness, the mindset is totally different. And when you go out there, and when you are knowing what you're looking for and building your empire to leave the legacy behind, it's a powerful thing.
Absolutely.
And we're not saying.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're not saying for everybody to go and drop and spend their last dime on it. Please understand it, because I also can see some people being on the extreme side. Like, oh, wait a minute, I need to go get this. No. As wealth warriors, we do this as a strategic plan. We do this strategically, and we're just giving you the nuggets to know what you're to prepare yourself for. That's what we're here for, and to educate you. But I will be leaving, getting my coffee or my tea, and I will be going out to build up my ROI. So don't trust and believe. And I go with the budget. Let me say that though too. I go with the budget. I don't go in blindsided. I know what I have to spend.
Absolutely. That leads us to the next one. First, I want everybody to take out a piece of paper, Just take out a piece of paper, and I want you to put a circle. That is you. And as Pamela said, that is you empire. And then I want you to put a line, down from you empire straight down, not all the way, just about, enough to be able to see it. And I want you to put a line across, and I want you to put 3 separate departments. This is Me Inc., Power Inc., whatever you want to call your circle, but what you're building is an empire. So let's call that empire Me Inc. The reason I'm saying that is because we are now moving into the next piece, and that is trust LLCs and corporations. 2017, you are going to have trusts and corporations. Family trusts and corporations, we are going to focus on that. We are going to live within our trusts and corporations because it's to our advantage. So you just created Me Inc., Power Me, whatever you want to call it. We'll call it Me Inc. You've got 3 different departments or 3 different entities. You have got your real estate is one. You've got your entrepreneurship, your business as another entity. And you've got your passion, whatever that passion is. So you've got 3 buckets there. The empire is your family, is that legacy that you're going to leave. And trust me, I'm already in the process. Whatever we share with you, we're doing. So we're not sometimes people will speak what they've read. What you have in us is we speak what we live.
Mm-hmm.
The difference. Yeah, speaking what we live. So you've got real estate because what have we always said? Ain't no more earth being made. Your business, your entrepreneurship will help you dictate your destiny. And one of my favorites is network marketing. Now, why? As far as I'm concerned, and I don't care which one you get in something. The reason why I am in favor of that is if you've never been in business before, it's turnkey. What does that mean? That means it's already set up. When you decide which one you want, it's already set up. And all you do is work with the people around you. You get your business education. You get a team. You get people to bounce ideas off of. The reason that that's important is you want to test yourself out. You want to test your skills out so that when you get to the point where you find something that you're incredibly passionate about, that you want to invest in and build and grow, one of 2 things has happened. You've made money in that network marketing and you've carried it over to your passion. You have learned some powerful things. You've learned things that you need to work on so that your passion, so that when you do invest that money, it is going to grow. That business is going to thrive. Business plans, yes, important and true if you're going to do a conventional business. When you are an entrepreneur, you're creating a marketing and sales performance plan. And that is your business plan. And so you want to have as much experience under your belt. And the quickest way to get that, I believe, is actually through network marketing. So whichever one you pick, just as I remember a gentleman saying, just do something and know that that's another tax deduction. Then whatever it is you're passionate about, whatever those given skills that you have, obviously one of mine and one of Pamela's, we can talk. We talk the ears off a brass bull. Okay?
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, Pamela, but I can talk the ears off a brass bull.
Girl, you know I
Yes, as a matter of fact, I know that. So assess those skills. Figure out what it is that you do and do well, that you want to be passionate about and you want to grow. Notice what you're hearing from us is that if you want to dictate your destiny, then entrepreneurship, ownership, revenue streams are the only way that you are going to be able to make that happen. Unless you're telling me that you're going to start at the bottom rank and you're going to work your way up and you're going to own the company that you now work for. If that is the case, then negate everything I said. I want you to be honest with yourself. Is that a real possibility? Is that not even a possibility, is that a probability? Because if it's not, then you need to write your own script and your own plan. And part of your own script and your own plan is trust, because you'll have a family trust, your LLC, so that you protect yourself. And you will actually stop putting things into your LLC. See, we are so keen on ownership. I want to own this, I want to own that, I want to own the other, that we want to own it personally. When we own it personally, we own the liability as well. So that's why you'll see wealthy people putting things into corporations, into trusts, into LLCs. And that's why that personal tax preparer, that professional, is such a necessary part of, as Pamela said, your power circle. We are going to have experts on 2017 because 2017 means we are halfway through. So there are things we've been talking and so on. This 2017 is the year of action. Every month is the year of action. And the interesting thing is it can be done right from the phone. So year of action. That means we've got to have all the pieces in place. Pamela asked me, she said, Brent, are we gonna do the 12 months? We're gonna do every month we're gonna do? Yes, we are, because 2017 is an action-driven year. If you're not willing to be action-driven, then you're sitting on the sideline. So the question is, are you in the bleachers or are you on the court? I'm just saying. Pamela, what you got?
Oh my goodness. I'm with you. And let me say this, who's ready? Who's ready to go to 2017? I know I am. I am so fortunate and so blessed to get what I have in 2016. Man, 2017 is get ready to come like a lion.
Well, you know what, Pamela, that leads us into the last part. It is still December. Let's dial for dollars. And that is,
Hmm?
before we go into announcements, talk to us about declutter. Talk to us about organizing ourselves so that we actually do go into 2017 with all the power that our circle should give us. Talk about that. All the power of the universe is going to deliver to us. So go right ahead. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Absolutely. Look, let me put my paper and pen down so I get excited. But about to declutter, does not only mean your physical stuff. Everyone's like, oh, Pam, you're going to declutter. You're going to help me get my office together. Don't get me wrong. I can help you with getting your office together. But first, we need to declutter here, your mind. You have to get that ready. To get ready and to be more more bigger than what you are this year, from this year to next year, it's time to work on our mind. So my question to you is, what are you leaving behind on 2016? What are you leaving behind? Me, I'm leaving unsurety. May it be a word or not, it's unsurety. But I want to ask you, what are you leaving behind? Once you've gotten your mind around that, now it's time to get organized. So let's work on the first piece, because taxes are coming up. We keep talking about it, right? So where is everybody's receipts at? And please, I did not realize until I encountered it, where entrepreneurs, they have no organization system. Oh my, and everybody will tell you, I'm an organized freak. So someone literally gave me a pile of receipts this big. No organization, no nothing, didn't tell me where it was, what they're doing, or anything. Okay, everybody, we got 2.5 weeks left until the year. Yeah, 2.5 weeks left to the year, right? Get your receipts and put them in order. Put them in a system. You don't have a system? Let me help you out with food, gas, your building, if you're renting a space, your utilities. 4 simple categories, and start putting your receipts in there. So when you go to your tax professional, you can give them to them. Because who wants to go to your tax professional or even to the franchise with receipts this big? Because you know what they're going to be like is, and that also means you have a cluttered mind. We need to declutter our mind and get ready for 2017.
I
So
concur. I concur with you wholeheartedly on that one. Get the box, go to an office store, a supply store, get the box. You see a banker's box, get those manila folders and just start dropping them in. That's what I started doing. I'm already dropping everything in. Go right ahead, Pamela. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
oh no, actually, and then in one point I can say this: there is one area that some of us entrepreneur miss when we are filing our taxes, and you can still have time. No, wait a minute, don't fudge, because I don't want no one to say, "Well, she told me to do." No. But you still have time. Do you know what one place we forget to claim on our taxes? Gas and mileage. The easiest way, and I'm gonna give you this tip, which I tell my clients: I don't have one. Get you a coupon, one of them portable coupon folders. Put it in your car. That's all you gotta do. And every time you go to the gas station to gas up, to go to your client or to do some business, get your receipt and put it in there. That's what I do. And then, so then they have two, and I have them label the coupons folders 2 ways. One is gas and one is mileage. Now there are some, and everyone's like, I have to use paper. I know, I'm trying to get away from that, but for right now, paper will save you. Because let's be honest, sometimes our electronic devices does fail us. So my tip for you today is go get you a coupon folder, put it in your car, label it gas, and label it mileage. Because guess what? You get to claim those. And so many of us are missing that piece on our taxes. And that can help because you're throwing away money. I just gave you some free money. I just gave you where you can claim some free money. So that's my tip for organization today.
I appreciate that, Pamela. You just reminded me, there is a book, and for the life of me, I'm not in the space where I usually am at, so I'm not able to grab it for you. But there is a book, and I believe it's 472 tax deductions. And the gentleman that has written it has not only has he written the book, he is giving you the reasons why that deduction is actually viable and you can utilize it. I was amazed. I mean, it is one of the best books I've ever seen on 472 immediate deductions that an entrepreneur can take advantage of. And by the way, it is not too late in this year for you to start a home-based network marketing business and take advantage of it. You could literally go back 3 months and your tax preparer will help you with that. So again, a tax deduction in the making. Now, before we wrap it up, Pamela gave us what we needed. It is about organization. It is decluttering. And I'll tell you, oftentimes, what do people say? If they come into your house, people will make they'll have opinions on who and what you are based on what they see around you. They come into an office, they come into your house, and it is not organized. And guess what they think? You could be sending out a message without even speaking a word. So in fact, and all of us have one of those rooms that everything gets thrown in. I know that because I had to actually ask a relative to go up to my house because I needed a certain piece of information, and it was in that room. And I was quite embarrassed. In fact, what I was told is, oh my goodness, I almost fell over something. I hope I didn't break anything trying to climb over the mountains of stuff. So what does that mean for me? When I get home, that room, can't have that. That is far too embarrassing. I hated the idea that they had to go there, but I had no choice. So Pamela, appreciate the declutter. And if they want to get more information on declutter, how should they reach out to you?
Actually, they can email me at declutter, the number two, BBOSS at gmail.com.
Hit them one more time with that, Pamela.
Declutter, the number two, BBOSS at gmail.com. Or you can follow me at Boss Chick on Facebook.
Boss Chick. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's do a quick recap before we give the announcements. First of all, cash is king. As much as possible, hold on to the cash, especially if you're thinking about real estate transactions. And when you're thinking about real estate transactions, start thinking about outside of the box, outside of your own city and state. Go where the deal is at. That's going to be important. You want to have the cash to negotiate because we're on the other side of the bell curve. There is a form that's being created. Remember, we said there's a perform. We have the perform rather, and there's the norm. So, and the norm is being crossed by a form, and we're in the form stage. So, real estate, cash is king. We also said hot deals. Estate, I got to tell you, Pamela, we ought to be paid by some of these estate sales folks because I'm sure that we are actually motivating and convincing people to go. And people are probably wondering, wait a minute, normally you have 2 or 3 people, 5 people show up. We got 10, 20 people. What the heck is going on? We were watching Wealth Warriors and they said, find an estate sale. And we did. So as we brought out hot deals, you've got real estate, you've got cars, you've got tangible items such as art, jewelry, you have estate sales, you have certain stocks. There are certain stocks and there are certain projects, something new and different projects. Some companies have projects that you can invest in directly with them. The only way you're going to find that out is if you send me an email at Brent@wealthcommitment.com. That's the only way that you're going to get that piece of the equation. So you can also inbox me as well. I'll let you go ahead and inbox me, but you definitely want to hear there are companies that have projects. So I want to make sure that you actually get a piece of that. And so again, Brent@wealthcommitment.com, and I will share some of that with you. Trust LLC and corporations, homework. Look up and do some research on trusts, do some research on LLCs, because you want to stop being proficient with where you are going to be living your life. You, as a wealth warrior, will be living your life inside a trust and inside a corporation. Organize, organize, organize. We've got 2 weeks. Every day counts. Whether you celebrate or you do not, you've got to put the time into getting prepared. The whole year needs to be written out already. What are you doing quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4? It's an imperative. So with that being said, announcements. 2017 is the year of action. 2017 is also the year of coaching. It is time for everyone to build that power circle. I love that term that Pamela used, to build that power circle. I want you to imagine life where the distractions are eliminated, where you've got a straight path because you're working with somebody who has already been down that road, who has created the success that you want to have, who is able to help you ferret out and define what it is you want to do. Because one of the most interesting things about entrepreneurs is we've got ideas and they're flowing. We wake up out of our sleep and we're thinking about something that we want to do. And what a coach does is narrow that down so that you start working on the projects that it makes sense to work on. We've only got 24 hours in a day. And what's interesting is time is the great equalizer. So you want to maximize your time. Coaching helps you to maximize your time because it ferrets out the things that are distractions. As Pamela said a little bit earlier, it is about it's about money that she just caused to come into your pocket. No, you didn't feel the cash. What you got was a part of the system and it saved you money. And when it did, and it didn't leave you, you actually got some revenue. So we want to understand the differences, and coaching helps make that happen. Personal coaching helps make that happen. If you want to explore and have a conversation about coaching, then I share with you, send us an instant message, send us a text message, send us an email, and let us know that you want to explore that conversation about coaching because you are ready to take it to the next level. That's what's happening in 2017. You've got two incredible coaches. We would love to work with you. That's number one. Second announcement, E3 Power Up 2017 is on April 29th. 2017. You want to be getting your tickets, which will go on sale to the public in January. In January, this is a women's conference. It is about educating ourselves for business clarity, empowering ourselves through success stories, and validating entrepreneurship as the best option for dictating our destinies. Ladies, it's time. And I appreciate the fellas, don't get us wrong. We need to get caught up so that we come on par and we build together. E3 Power Up 2017, April 29th. Going into 2017, I am working with a gentleman that is helping us to put together the members portal. There will be a membership portal that you will be able to be a part of, that you will be able to have access to various experts that you will be able to bring into your power circle. It is going to be an exclusive members only portal. Yes, there is going to be a nominal fee for the portal, and it's going to have benefits that are going to be outstanding. There's going to be information. There are going to be people to contact that are not going to be regular part of the standard broadcast. Membership, what do they say, has its privileges. So some of the features are going to be your access to blogs, your access to research, your access to broadcasts that are not seen by the general public, your access to coupons for services that you will be able to get at rates that you are willing to pay. It's going to be a membership portal. We expect that it is going to be ready probably about February of the upcoming year. We'll keep you posted on the broadcast. The best of the best shows, number 4, the best of the best shows are going to air starting next week. We will be back live on January 7th. Those are all the announcements that I have. Pamela, do you have any additional announcements?
Unfortunately, I don't. I'm just doing my strategic planning. So that's why I haven't had any announcements. But when we come back January live, I will definitely have them.
But wait a second, you are going to be on tour next year. Am I right?
I am. I was asked to be part of a tour. I will let everybody know when it will be. You aren't supposed to tell everybody yet, but I am very excited about being part of a tour. I will let you know more about it as I get more information.
Fantastic, fantastic. We want to close by saying thank you so much to our tribe. You honor us because you get up on Saturday mornings to hear what we have to say. You share the information. You communicate with us. So many of you, we've never met before. In fact, I met Pamela this year. She and we've been broadcasting for about a year. Is that right, Pamela?
Yes, almost a year.
And we met each other for the first time at the E3 Power Up. The pre-launch for E3 Power Up was the first time we met. And it was great. because we've known each other just through seeing each other on the broadcast. She is the first co-host. I am honored and proud to have her with me. She hails out of the great state of Ohio, and she came to Boston. We're going to see her next year, and I am blessed and fortunate that she's with us. And again, my thanks, appreciation to the tribe. We are going to do some amazing things in 2017, and now is the time to just kind of sit and do a woosha and get prepared. I thank you, love you, appreciate you, and it will be my hope that come 2017, we will see each other at the Wealth Warriors Summit and Tour. Pamela, what do you have?
All I have to say is, think about what you're leaving behind on 2016, so you won't carry it into 2017.
Wow. You beautiful. Thank you. I love that comment. That was put it in the rear view mirror. Put it in the rear view mirror. Ladies and gentlemen, Pamela and I will see you in 2017. Go out and be absolutely amazing. We'll see you.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you next year. Bye now.